For this thought bubble video, I wanted to talk about something that I learned through seeing the K-pop boycott for Palestine. K-pop stans were boycotting for Palestine, companies like JYP, HYBE, SM, YG and Starship as far as I know, and K-pop stans were not streaming their music and such and giving them attention. They were sharing social media links to stream their music without giving views to these companies. And while I saw the good that people were trying to do, I found flaws in the boycott that made me not partake in it, because it was a time waste when people could have and could be doing something actually helpful for Palestine. I've made a bunch of videos on the K-pop boycott, and you can watch those on my channel in the playlist section. The K-pop boycott for Palestine showed me that K-pop stans were boycotting these companies for their bad deeds to support Palestine, but why do they only boycott with instances like these, for example boycotting for Palestine? If they boycott K-pop companies for Palestine, they should be boycotting K-pop companies for all other horrible shit that they have done as well. Y'all did and do so much to show support to Palestine, which is great, but where is the boycotting of K-pop companies in general for their overall bad behavior? Y'all cannot go after people who don't boycott since y'all only boycott for one cause and not as a whole overall. If you personally boycott a company for certain reasons, that's your decision, but publicly sharing that you boycott and telling others to boycott is weird, considering if you're boycotting for one reason, boycott for the others as well. Boycott other companies too and not just that one company. You boycotting is supposed to be a continuing theme as a K-pop stan. Boycotting JYP, HYBE, SM, YG and Starship shouldn't only be for Palestine but for all their horrible things. If you guys care for issues like Palestine, care enough to stop listening to these companies and other companies that you boycott and tell others to boycott as a whole. It's hypocritical for y'all to be boycotting K-pop companies for Palestine if y'all don't follow through and boycott for other reasons too. I've mentioned in my second video on the K-pop boycott how y'all boycott K-pop companies associating with Zionist brands, but y'all don't boycott K-pop companies associating with bad brands, like clothing brands for example, which is being used by the company often in MVs, live performances, reality shows etc. I just want y'all to actually show that y'all are good people instead of doing this performance activism for showing that y'all care for Palestine with this boycott, but this boycott is the only boycott that y'all try to follow through with. Also, I don't care what you do as a K-pop stan, whether you boycott K-pop companies or not. I'm just saying that telling other K-pop stans to boycott is weird if that particular boycotting is the only boycotting y'all to do. Just stop boycotting as a whole if y'all will be picking and choosing when and for what reasons to boycott K-pop companies, because if you boycott for one issue, you have to boycott for the others too. In conclusion, you guys make it seem like y'all only care about Palestine because they're in the spotlight right now for what's happening to them. You guys promote this boycott, but are not really showing the same type of energy for other things to boycott. I've never seen people boycott New Jeans for Cookie and ETA, maybe they did, but IDK, I've never seen people boycott Illit for Tic Tac's English version, no boycotting for Young Posse's Macaroni Cheese, which I know Young Posse are not as popular as Illit or New Jeans, but I did see people talk about Macaroni Cheese and its inappropriate lyrics sung by minors. Y'all put so much of effort boycotting for one thing to show yourselves as good people, but in actuality how many of you guys are actually good? Boycotting for Palestine doesn't make you good. You have to show up and stand for everything that needs to be boycotted. Boycott everything, and not just one thing at one time, but you're never boycotting the next time. I know I sound repetitive in this whole video, but it's the truth that y'all need to accept. This K-pop boycott didn't and isn't doing anything. Y'all are trying to boycott companies for Palestine. But once the Palestinians get their freedom and a permanent ceasefire, some of y'all most definitely will go back to standing these companies again instead of just keeping them in your boycotted list, since them associating with Zionist brands isn't the only bad thing they've done. And boycotting them for Palestine shouldn't have been the main reason for you to boycott them, since they've done plenty of other terrible and horrible things for you to have boycotted them before this K-pop boycott, but yet y'all never cared then and streamed these companies' music and other things, like boycotting never mattered to you until Palestine came into the spotlight. It's honestly giving performance activism, because I've never seen people wanting to boycott these companies as much as I've seen it for Palestine. Maybe I've seen 1 to 2 instances where 1 or 2 people have said to boycott these companies, but nothing compared to the K-pop boycott for Palestine. You guys need to give up boycotting because y'all don't know how to actually boycott in K-pop for good things, and will only boycott when you feel like it.